Let's turn this cube into a bowl.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about. Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Wolf Ridge Woodworking. We've got here a piece of cherry. It is 5 by 5 by 5, so it's a cube. The other thing that it is, it's wet. I just got these in. I'm going to use my moisture meter here, and yeah, it's about 22% moisture content. So I figured, you know what, let's get crazy. Let's do some experimenting. Let's have fun with this project. And it's going to be a little different, as I said at the beginning. Instead of just turning a traditional round bowl, I've seen a couple examples, not a whole lot on the web, but where they turn a three-sided, three-point bowl. And the idea is that there's no worm screw, there's no faceplate. You turn it between centers. So I just picked up a one-way, and I'll leave a link down in the description, but it's a one-way live center, and the point is out. So the idea is you put this on the headstock with no chuck, and then this in the tailstock, and you're turning it like this. It looks really cool when it's spinning on the lathe. But anyway, I want to do an experiment. Like I said, this is about 22% moisture, so I'm going to turn it thick, and then the experiment is I'm going to throw it in the microwave, probably a minute the first time, and then maybe 30 seconds. I've seen a couple of videos, mixed results. So let's see what we can do with this. I'm not sure if it's going to change shapes, if it's going to crack, but you know what? This is what I've been doing a lot lately, is experimenting. I do feel like the only way that you can grow and get better is putting yourself out there, experimenting. So let's get to it, and let's get it mounted on the lathe, get it turned, and see what we can do with it. Alrighty, so I've got it mounted between centers the best I can. There's really not a whole lot of play once you get in there, but you can see here, I've got it jammed in here. I've got it on there pretty tight, so it's got a pretty good friction fit. And then I've got it here on this one-way live center. So I'm gonna start working on the outside of the bowl, putting a tenon on here and getting the shape. And that's why it gets its three-pointed bowl. It's going to be these 3 points up here. So let's get it shaped, and then we'll talk about next steps. Alrighty, so I got it turned around, and I've got it in the shape I want, and now we're going to take all this out. It seems like a lot of wood to waste, but what do? So I'm going to hollow it out, but I'm probably going to try to save maybe about 1 inch to 1/2 inch before I try to dry it in the microwave. This wood is really, really wet. It was, I could feel the moisture coming on to my arm, so it's pretty wet. So it could be interesting in what it does when we attempt to dry it. So anyway, let's get to hollowing this out, and we'll stick it in the microwave. Alrighty, so I think that's as far as I'm going to take it until it gets a little drier. It's probably 3/4 inch thick. You did see me switch over to my Easy Wood Tools rougher. I was getting too many catches. If I put it in, you'll see it, that it went flying off the lathe. I got a catch. I got a second catch in, it shifted but didn't come off the lathe. So I don't know, I wasn't feeling comfortable. So I figured I'd save it and use my my carbides. And but anyway, so it's looking good, and now I just need to get it to dry. It's about 21, I don't know if you can, there you go. I do it like that, you can see. It's about 22.8% moisture. And then the other thing I want to do is I want to weigh it. So let's get it off the chuck. And you can see what it did here when it came off. It's still got enough that it holds on to it, but definitely will be turning that foot off. So let's see. I'll be back and reposition this camera. All right, hopefully that angle is going to be okay. Okay, yeah, so it is 17.67 ounces. So I'm just going to write that on the bottom here so that you can, well, you can't see me do it, but I'm going to write it on the bottom here. 17.67. Okay, so let's go inside and let's try to nuke this thing in the microwave for a little bit. Alrighty, so we're gonna put it in the microwave here. And from what I read, you put it on the outside of the plate, not in the center. I guess maybe that's because it goes around and gets more of the microwave. I don't know. So we're gonna do it for a minute first, and then we'll go from there. Don't tell my wife I'm doing this on our microwave. All right, let's see if it's hot. A little bit hot. Steaming just a little bit. All right, so I'm going to leave it out and we will see what it does. Well, not what it does, but we're gonna let it dry a little bit on the countertop and, just let it cool down, and then we'll do it again for 30 seconds. So I've got it back in. So we are going to now do 30-second intervals and let it cool down, and then do another 30 seconds. So that was interval 1 at 30 seconds. I'm not going to bore you with all of the iterations that it's going to take for this. Quite honestly, I don't really know how much it's going to take, but we'll keep going until it's down, and then I'll get to turning it back in the morning. So it's the next day, and I put it in the microwave a total of 15 times, one being at 60 seconds and the other being at 30 seconds. And it is gone from 17.67 ounces to 14.5 ounces. I believe it's pretty dry. I get about 6% here, and then along the sides it's about 5.7. So I think it's pretty dry, but we'll see what it is more towards the center. It developed a couple of cracks. Where are they? They're really hard to see, but they're right here. I think you can barely pick one up, that little dark line there on the screen. They don't go all the way through. They look like they're just surface cracks, so they may turn out. It is a little bit out of round now, but that's what to be expected, but it didn't really move that much. So I am going to readjust the camera angle and going to take care of the outside, getting it more in line and center or round, and then I'll hollow out the inside. All right, so now I've got it the shape I want. It looks good. I'm going to do the finishing, and I'm going to, because there's a couple of rough areas, I'm going to take it from 80 grit up to 600 grit, and then apply our finishes of the Mylands sanding sealer, Axe abrasive paste, Axe polish, and then we'll decide whether or not we want to just leave it as that, or we want to put a little oomph, a little extra shine in it to brighten it up. I'm really happy with the way it looks, so let's get to sanding, everybody's favorite item. All right, so what I've got is some of this non-slip fabric, and I'm not going to actually turn that off. Look how gnarly that is from when it came out of the chuck. But it held on to it. So what I'm going to do though is I am just going to use this to protect the inside. I'm going to bring up the tailstock and just hold it there. And I'm going to use one of my Japanese pool saws to take off this tenon, and then I'll just, with the sander, I'll sand that down to a flat surface and be able to put, and then do the finishing, and that should create a flat enough bottom. Fingers crossed, again, another experiment, but let me go grab my saw. That was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I did creating it. It was a little bit of nerve-wracking when I was working on the inside of the bowl and had these corners coming around. I'm not used to that. And I think that might have lent, what are those words? But why I was maybe a little tense and I kept getting so many catches with my bowl gouge. I don't know if maybe that was it. But I did switch over to my carbides, and it did a fine job on it. I think that if I were to do it again, I may not come down as far when I was flattening it out, because technically it should have the points up here rather than being flat. You know, let me know down in the comments, what do you think? Do you think it looks better this way? Would it look better with the points, or it doesn't matter either way? But yeah, that's one thing I do think that maybe I would have done a little bit differently. But I got the bottom flat, and I did put my logo on the bottom. And this is one of the best logos or brands that I've put on. I was really happy with that. It's the small victories that you get. So, but I really appreciate you sticking around. And if you want to see other videos like that, like this one, click right here. If you're not a subscriber and you'd like to become one, click up here and click that bell so that you're notified when I upload a new video. And as always, I wish you and your family a blessed day. Thank you.